What is up, everybody? It's Greg here with another after action review, an AAR, and this time, sadly, we lost. We lost to Rhett Downward, the new UAC middleweight champion. I bow down to you, my friend. You did an amazing job. You came in super strong, covered up all your weaknesses from the last time we met, and well done. Kudos to you. So today I just wanted to go over a couple of my thoughts about the match, see what went wrong, what went right. You know, how could I have done things better to maybe turn things my way in the future. So just first thing I want to mention is that Rhett was super aggressive in the setup. He was fighting very hard to push his elbow in past the shoulder, past the center of the table. And I really just wasn't in the right mindset to fight that. I was afraid that my endurance was not going to hold up, and if I was going to fight Rhett so much in the center that I was going to lose too much steam, and then I wouldn't be able to finish. So in my mind, I thought that, okay, maybe give him a little in the setup and then save energy for a stronger hit. So over here, you can kind of feel like I'm giving a bit of concession, and because of that, first slip, you can see that I lost the top roll battle, so-called. You can see that I did slip in a less favorable position. If you're familiar with top roll versus top roll matches, oftentimes this is a very good indicator of the person losing the riser game, and Rhett had the stronger riser in the setup, and I wasn't able to take his wrist and take his hand. So to the slip, and then let me see if I can pull up the next setup. And yeah. So right now, after that slip, I was a little bit more cautious because knowing that, maybe my riser is not as strong to contest his. So you see, I'm just trying to get my fingers around, hoping to not get my wrist busted back, and I'm just trying to set up my pronator as turned over as I can to hopefully try and take his wrist. And after ready go, you can see that pretty much neutral. At the start, both roughly equal strength, but he manages to take it just ever so slightly to his side, which I think was his fighting more in the setup paying off. And yeah, he was able to get slightly more cup over here, and I think this is where I started to lose my leverage. And yeah, he drove super hard to the side, and I slid off the side of the pad. Referee called that as a foul in a losing position, win to Rhett. I didn't really want to contest that. It was in the heat of the moment, so didn't really care. Move on to the next match. Okay, so after losing the first round, I was thinking, okay, maybe I should try and fight a little bit more in the setup. Okay, so maybe I can try and take his wrist outside of the straps. And you can see here, being a little bit more aggressive, loading a bit more back pressure, and you'll see the result of this slightly more aggressive push by me. And now I was able to get the rise on him, crack his wrist back, but as he went for the press, it pushed me off the back of the pad, and unfortunately the foul was called on me, and it was a restart. But I don't know why, but I offered to go into the strap with him. It was not going to be a strap match because I fouled before the slip, but yeah, offered him the strap, thinking that maybe, okay, Buckle is on his side, maybe I have some sort of advantage or something like that. But in hindsight, I should not have gone to the strap straight away. I could have tried to fight him a little bit more out of the strap to gas him out, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, maybe I was afraid that I was going to elbow foul again in a similar fashion. But yeah, you can see what happened here is that now that we have the strap, I was going to try and commit a little bit more wrist flexion. Because in the previous match, I think I lost a bit of my wrist, and now I was gonna try and go for more of a high hook rather than a top roll type of move. But unfortunately, wrist flexion didn't hold up, and you can see right here, this is where he busted my wrist back ever so slightly. Due to the length of my arm, he isn't able to fully crack my wrist back, and I'm still able to maintain somewhat of a neutral wrist position. But he realized that quickly enough and switched to a more sort of high hook type of pronation attack based move, and then he went for more wrist flexion on his own part and drove to the pad, which was a good change of vectors by Rhett, and kudos to him for recognizing the change in pressures in the moment. So that's the second match. Third match, I think we agreed to the strap again. I think at this point I sort of was mentally tuned out. Not sure why, but just wasn't feeling it. Didn't really want to fight in the setup. Maybe still some fear of losing an endurance game, but in hindsight, I really should have fought more in the setup, which I think was my fatal flaw, is not being aggressive enough in this match against Rhett. I think Rhett definitely wanted to win this more than me, and I think that paid off, and he deservingly won over me. So you see here, went straight to the strap, got his wrist flexion secured. And I wasn't really able to pull him over to my side, but he wasn't able to pull through to his side as well. So I think this was one of the closer rounds that we had. So he's being very, very cautious, taking very, very slow hits to slowly secure his cup and his pronation. Held on at the end over there, but just not enough leverage. My pronation was completely taken by the end, and I don't have a strong enough bicep lock to hold there, so yeah, could not win from that position. And yeah, new middleweight champion of UAC. You can see the hug given by both guys. Immense respect to Rhett, and yeah, kudos to you, man. That was very, very well fought. Didn't expect you to have as much attacking strength as you had, because the last time we fought, I think my attacking was a little bit stronger than yours, and your defense was strong. So I was expecting that again. But now I realized that Rhett has really leveled up his center table and his attacking game. So that's something I have to be wary of should I face Rhett sometime again in the future. Yeah, overall, really, really fun event. If you haven't watched UAC 2, you can head over to Ultimate Arm Wrestling on YouTube. I'll share their YouTube page in the description. Tons of amazing matches. You can see a couple of them in the background over there. Sam Burnett, we have Jake Chia from Malaysia, Book Sutiwat, Southeast Asian legend, Mark Lewis Bend, Filipino legend. You know, tons and tons of legends in the sport within this region was on the card. So yeah, and also for those of you who don't know, I was commentating for this event as well. So leading up to this match, I was doing a couple of hours of commentary, and then after my own match, I did another couple of hours of commentary, and it was such a fun experience. Super tiring, super draining, but overall I would do it again. I really enjoy commentating on the matches, and hopefully they'll have me on again in future UACs, either as a commentator or as an athlete. But yeah, that is my AAR for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And next up, Nagoya 2023 in July. Stay tuned.